Over the course of my research, some polymaths I interviewed gave the impression that they wish they did not have to be concerned with what other people think of them, especially if what they thought was negative. Several participants that I interviewed mentioned that they did not have to explain their choices to other people, or at least they shouldn't have to worry about how others respond to their polymathy. That should not be their problem. However, while they shared this value of honoring who they are without concern about what others think of them, the impression the polymaths left overall was still that, to some extent, others' opinions do impact them to one degree or another, even if through a halo effect of being in their atmosphere, as the participant that I called Diana put it. Of course, each interviewee had their own comfort levels with their polymath identities. Some people very strongly identified as a polymath, while others' identity as a polymath was more tenuous. Some people realized their identity as a polymathic person at a very young age, while others were just recently realizing this part of their identity. A few interviewees did not identify with the word polymath whatsoever, though they did identify with the traits and behaviors of a polymath. The participant that I called Felicity shared that several other people viewing her as a polymath and using that word was impacting her identity more and more over time, which was helping her to feel more comfortable with her identity as a polymath. And this was something that she liked. But just as identity of a polymath could be encouraged by others in this way, it could also be discouraged as well. For instance, Trinity gave an example of how her college major was impacted by the opinion of her academic advisor in particular. In her case, the advisor suggested that Trinity study art as a single major and not double major in engineering, and she followed that advice. While a single person's opinion might help someone begin to own their polymathy identity more, as mentioned previously, a single person's opinion could also sway someone in a direction so as to dissuade their polymathic pursuits as well. On the other hand, another participant, Wendy, had an academic advisor that prevented her from dropping her math major, which she had wanted to do after receiving a grade of a B in a class. She was very used to A's. What was clear amongst all the interviews, nevertheless, is that polymaths do not exist in the world in a bubble. They are impacted by others' opinions of them, whether an academic advisor or otherwise, and what others think that they should do, at least to some degree. Though their identity is something that they own themselves, others do have an impact upon it.